Say, bruh, the Saints lose to the Carolina Panthers 7-26. Before we get into this video, everybody go ahead and hit that like button. Make sure you smash that subscribe button and also hit that notification bell and share this with your friends, share this page, share this channel with your friends and with everyone that's a sports fan. Welcome to Sports R Us. And today we're going to be talking about the New Orleans Saints who fall short to the Carolina Panthers in a game. Total score of 7-26. Now this game was, from the beginning, it showed that the Carolina Panthers came out to play and something was just off about not only the play calling with the Saints, but just the energy. I felt with the Saints there were multiple plays where you can look at Kamara where it seems as if, in other games he would, go the extra mile and push to make sure he's getting that first down, and it seemed a little lackadaisical as it pertains to the Saints in this game. The defense came out flat in the beginning. They started picking it up towards the end of the second quarter, and in the second half they started to pick it up a little bit more, but it wasn't enough because Jameis Winston went 11 for 22 with 111 yards. Really, to be honest with you, it felt as if it was only 60 yards that was really thrown. But he had 111 yards total in this game. No touchdowns, but 2 interceptions. Both of those interceptions that he threw in this game did not have to be thrown whatsoever. He did not need to throw those interceptions. Now, of course, he had the sneak that he got, which was the 1 touchdown that we had this game with 3 carries for 18 yards. But he scored on a play of 8 yards. To put us on the board. Without that, there was nothing else. The Saints actually had a blocked field goal that took place in the game, and they almost returned it, but we went back out on offense and we went out there flat. And I just feel like there's multiple plays that were being called that it was like times when we needed to run, we would throw it. Times we needed to throw it, we would run it. It just didn't make any sense on the play call, and a lot of different things that we were trying to implement into the game. They didn't know if they want Taysom Hill to be in the game. They didn't know if they want Jameis Winston to be in the game. And everybody just seemed a little aggravated. I know there were a lot of people, a lot of pieces within the coaching staff and on the team. There's a lot of injuries, but also with the coaching staff because of COVID. A lot of the offensive coordinators and assistant coaches and things like that weren't able to be on the sideline this game. But overall, the Saints played a terrible game. The game plan that they came out with, if they were looking to stop Christian McCaffrey, they did not. He had 24 carries on 72 yards. That's not a lot of yards. He did get a lot of carries. He had a touchdown. Sam Darnold had 2 touchdowns on 304 yards, 26 for 38. So he had a pretty good game. He did throw an interception, which was, I didn't understand why he threw the interception whatsoever, because he threw that to a defensive lineman, and that gave us the spark they gave the Saints the sparks to actually score in the fourth quarter. But overall, this game was just terrible. It's a terrible game plan on the part of the Saints. I don't want to take anything away from the Carolina Panthers, but the Saints just came out as if they were not prepared for this game. And in order to win, you have to have some type of preparation. You have to have some type of confidence. And right now, I feel like Jameis Winston, the thing that he's lacking is confidence. His indecisiveness, to me, is what's killing him on the field, because he hesitates about everything that he's doing. He's second guessing himself at all times, no matter if he knows to play or if he feels like he needs to throw. He's hesitating when he feels like he needs to scramble. When you're in the NFL, it's totally different now. It's not a game where you can just say, okay, I'm gonna take a little time and then scramble. You have to know. You have to make within a split section. You have to make that decision to run, because the defensive linemen are quicker than they used to be. The linebackers are quicker than they used to be. Everybody is much more on a quarterback that's scrambling. So if you're going to make that decision, you have to make that decision quickly. You have to be fast on your feet. You cannot take 5 to 7 seconds to make a decision like that. You have to make that decision quickly. And if you watch this game, and if you're a fan of the Saints currently right now, you know that Jameis Winston, it takes him too much time in order to make decisions. So he has to get that up. I'm not calling for him to be benched or anything like that. I know that people were saying during the game, should they go, to Taysom Hill? I think it's way too quick to even think about that. You in the second game, you're going to be in the third week next week, so it'll be the third game that he'll be playing. At least give him to the sixth game, or give him half a season. Or I say, really, to be honest with you, give him the full season. He's earned that right in order to go through the motions and figure this out. This is not a season that the Saints are going to win the Super Bowl, just to be honest with you. This is a season that they're trying to figure things out. They're trying to figure out what's the scheme that they're going to go with. He has to get comfortable. Of course, every single team is trying to win a championship. Every single team is trying to go to the Super Bowl. So as a Saints fan, I'm not saying that that's something that they're not trying to do, but we have to be patient with Jameis Winston. But Jameis Winston has to get it down pat. He cannot take this long in order to get it. So he has to do what he has to do in order to make those quick decisions. And that's just one of the main things he needs to work on. Because today, they weren't able to get the ball to Kamara really at all. He only had 8 carries on 5 yards, so it was a terrible game for him. He had 4 receptions for 25 yards, so the throwing game, so none of the screens was working. None of the rushing was working for him. So they need to work on all those different things this week and come up with a better scheme for next week's game that they'll be playing. And I think that they'll be okay. I just think Jameis Winston need to calm down, take a few breathers, understand that there's a lot of pressure that's going on right now because you are the new quarterback and you came in after Drew Brees. So there is a certain level of expectations that the team has for the next quarterback that's coming in after him. But just take your time and breathe and do what you need to do in this field. The last thing that I want to talk about when it comes down to this game and to the NFL, what I am seeing is that the NFL is extremely soft. There was multiple flags that were being thrown. I just feel like there was flags being thrown on every single play. I wanted to really punch all the officials in the face, to be honest with you, throughout this whole game, because it was just like ticky-tack, fouls, ticky-tack flags that they were calling throughout this game that just didn't need to be called. Just like when it came down to the play where Sam Darnold was being sacked, and they called that a roughing the passer because they were saying it was below the knee. But you can clearly see that he was tackling him above the knee. And what's that anyway? If somebody's trying to really hurt somebody and try to take out their knees to where it really breaks their knee or something like that, or tears something that's significant, then I understand that. But when it's just a natural sack or a natural tackle that's being made, I do not think that's something that's roughing the passer. If it's helmet to helmet, somebody slamming somebody, something like that, that's excessive. But when it's just a regular sack, then at this point, they might as well put a flag on the quarterback, because what's a sack and what's something that's not being overly rough? This is football that we're playing, that these guys are playing. So they have to make a decision. Are they going to allow these dudes to play football, or are we going to start playing flag football? Because we can start playing flag football, and that'll be cool. You just have to change the name and take the pads off. That's it. But if we're going to keep on calling all these different penalties, slowing down the game, and all these ticky-tack penalties that's happening where it's saying roughing, it's too soft for me. The NFL is way too soft for me, and watching this game just proved a lot of that. So if you can watch the highlights, if you did not see this game, watch the highlights, or even look at the stats. Look at how many penalties were called on the Saints. It was ridiculous. So hopefully the Saints come back next week and take care of business. Everybody just let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think that the league is getting too soft, or what do you think about the NFL currently right now as it stands, as it pertains to the officials and these penalties that they're calling every single Sunday? So y'all let me know what y'all think. Everybody go ahead and hit that like button. Make sure you smash that subscribe button, and also hit that notification bell so you can receive a notification every single time we post a video. And check out all the rest of the videos we have on this channel. We have much more content that's coming, and much more enjoyable content that you would like, especially if you are a sports fan. So this has been Sports R Us. I appreciate y'all.